Who's having the best offseason? Is it Darius Butler? Is it Leonard Fournette? Free agent Lenny? What are the green flags for him? What team does he want to play for? Is a Super Bowl contender even important to him at this point in his career? We have Leonard Fournette on the show. Very excited about that. On my last show, hopefully from New York, though I might be stranded here. We don't know. Let's go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to an Up and Adams on a Thursday. Kind of a slow off-season-ish. We got lots to talk about, though. It is time to hit up and finish the top list that we had. We had 10 through 6 yesterday of who's having the best offseason, which coach, which team, which fan base, which GM, whatever. We had the New York Giants at 10. They sneakily got a lot better. At 9, we put him here. Darius Butler, who's living his absolute best South Floridian life. At 8, the Chicago Bears with the upgrades they made around Justin Fields. At 7, Derek Carr for finessing the system. And at 6, the Seattle Seahawks, who added a ton of young talent in the draft. So I think we got our drum roll. I think we're ready to go here in New York. Let's get into it. Hey, number 5 on my list of top 10 off seasons, the Philadelphia Eagles. Yep, listen, the off season didn't start off so hot. They lost the Super Bowl. That sucks. Of course, sure, fine, whatever, great. Let's get over that. Seeing both coordinators take head coaching jobs elsewhere, also not fun. Losing a bunch of key players in free agency, also not fun. Reports the Birds were set to cut Darius Slay. Things did turn around pretty drastically after that rocky start because this is why I like it. They got the mega deal done. The deal of the offseason with Jalen Hurts. They lock him up to the age of 30. He's 30. He's going to make a lot of money. He deserves it. Lock that up and set it and forget it. That's great. Everyone's happy. They also made a last-second pivot and decided to bring in Darius Slay, bring him back. Thank goodness, because if he left too, I think that'd be really dramatic. They thought they might lose him. They get it back. They don't cut him. We love it. They also land Georgia superstars Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith in the first round to ramp up the defense. You love to see it. They trade for DeAndre Swift to fill that Miles Sanders void. I'm excited to see everybody what this offense can look like. Oh man, with him, with this offensive line. We had Lane Johnson on a couple weeks ago. He's like, I don't even feel old. I don't feel like an OG. I'm good to go. And they were able to get James Bradberry back into the fold as well. It is really hard to get back to a Super Bowl after losing one, says history. I mean, it's hard enough to get to a Super Bowl, period. But with how Howie Roseman's done and what he's done this offseason and sort of the landscape of the NFC right now, I think the Eagles are set up to make it happen again. I do. Is that kind of Pollyanna-ish? Am I kind of my feelings about it? Sure. But in that, NFC, the way that it's looking, it's anybody's game. I would not be surprised if they are right back and square in the thick of it. All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4, and who's really winning this offseason, is every fan that grew up in the 80s and 90s. I'm saying that because of all of the throwback jerseys. And I'm not the expert on this, so I'm going to bring in the expert on this. But everything that you loved as a kid, loving the NFL, is making a comeback. So I'm going to let Hamilton take this one away because, boys, I don't know. I think you care about this more than anybody does. And I really want to get it. So give me the uni scoop here.
I do. So we got the announcement with the rule now that teams are allowed to have alternate helmets. We're seeing the return of a lot of these throwbacks. And you see right there the Oilers, the Bucks creamsicles, the Eagles Kelly Greens, and the Seahawks look. They're all going to be coming back next season. Of course, we heard from Warren Moon on the show. He kind of spilled the beans a little bit about that Oilers
Except everyone in Tennessee was like, we knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen. This is a sick look.
It's such a good look, and it's just, there's something about this nostalgia for everybody that grew up watching the NFL. These jerseys were absolutely iconic. Everybody loved them at the time. Too, though. Oh yeah. There's also rumors of the Broncos are going to have a new helmet too. The creamsicles. I can understand why the Bucks changed them. They didn't have a lot of success in these. That's Vinny Testaverde right there. Love Vinny. But it's such a great look. The Eagles changing away from this uniform combo is one of the biggest travesties in sports history to me. The Kelly Greens were so great. The silver pants were amazing. This midnight green stuff. I hope they go back to these permanently, full time. And then the Seahawks. We love the big bird on the helmet, the big bird on the sleeve. It's
this
just
is
such
back?
It's coming back, and it's just such a clean look. All of these looks are so good, and I think so many fans are excited to see these on the field again.
Can I see the box with the 4 of them again? And I want you to pick your favorite. I think you're going to say Eagles. Let's see.
It's
Can
tough.
we see that?
They're all so good.
Give me your fave.
And the Oilers, the red face mask. I think it's the Oilers. The Oilers is just such a good look. I do love that Eagles one, but yeah, Conrad has a little bit of bias, we know, but the Seahawks look is awesome.
I think the creamsicle thing is like played out. Of the 4, I'm just gonna say that. Not that it's like not cool, but everyone talks about it all the time.
That's true.
And creamsicle, people just like saying creamsicle because it's a delicious, it's a delicious ice cream truck treat.
Yeah.
So I kind of get that, but I'll say this: I have, and I think you remember, I have an Oilers oversized vintage T-shirt thing.
Yes.
And I've never been hit on more in my lifetime than wearing this shirt wherever I am. If I'm feeling a little breakup with a boyfriend, whatever, it's not a jersey, but it is a Houston Oilers vintage shirt, and I get lit up. It's amazing.
You get hit on. It starts Rich Paul's career as an agent.
Yeah.
There is a magical power to those Oilers jerseys.
Now, what do you make of like the fandoms being upset that like Tennessee can't bring back an Oilers jersey? Like, what do you think of that? Like, these Houston fans are annoyed too.
They were the Tennessee Oilers for a little bit, so
Yeah.
I think it's okay. When they first moved to Tennessee, they kept the Oilers name. They wore them in Nashville, so I think it's okay.
Is it bad that I could not care less about this kind of stuff? And you've noticed this for people maybe don't know this. Hamilton will come in the morning. It's 4 in the morning at our old gig or even here, and he's like, this thing happened, or look how good that looks. And I'm like, they changed uniform? I don't even notice. Why is that, you think?
I don't know.
I pay attention to details, but not that kind of stuff. It doesn't stand out to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it is very much like a boy thing, I feel like. Growing up, we just like, we gravitate towards the stuff, and it's such a nostalgia thing for those fans that grew up in the 80s and 90s.
If you're looking for an ego trip, you want to go sit at a bar in an Oilers t-shirt and a little chef's kiss. All right, thank you so much, Hamilton.
I'm
That's my little tip for the day, everybody. Okay, so we've got jerseys. We talked about the Eagles and the situation they're in post-Super Bowl loss and heartbreak, but they've got good stuff going on. At number 3, another team and fan base that went through it early on, but came out clean on the other side. Like Andy Dufresne at the end of Shawshank. We're all good. We're crawling through pipes. We're fine. That's the Baltimore Ravens, okay? I love this Ravens team this year. I do. After all the drama, all the trade rumors, the Ravens were able to get a long-term deal done with Lamar, but it was more than that. They finally went all in to set him up for success. They bring in Odell. They draft Zay Flowers in the first round. They got their OC, Todd Monken. He's going to overhaul the passing game. Less running, more passing. Let's go. And they also, they locked up Roro, right? Mr. Smith is there. Their defense will probably continue to dominate next season. A lot of people thought he should be Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Gotta steal it from that poster kid. And yes, the Bengals are still alive and well and on top of the AFC and the AFC North, of course. And the AFC's loaded, and it's really hard. But just do the right thing. Do what you should do. Connect the dots. Like, see where the need is and make it happen. That Eric DeCosta sort of finally somehow came around to with John Harbaugh, and how they were able to make the best of what's really been a volatile offseason situation with Lamar. It's hard to not get excited about what he is going to potentially be able to do with all of the support, of course, with the asterisks and the underlined and the highlighted circle of staying healthy. Everyone has to stay healthy on that team for it to all work and pan out. And depth-wise, I don't know. Like, I'm sitting here yesterday saying they should sign DeAndre, and I still fully believe that. If they really want to make it click and they want to win a Super Bowl with their newly paid quarterback. All right, let's get to number 2. Number 2, best offseason so far. You can make the case he's number 1 and everybody else is second. It's Travis Kelce. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Isn't he so tired? Like, is he sleeping? Has he napped at all? Oh my gosh. He's made the most of every opportunity. This is somebody who does boldly what he does at all. He's coming off ring number 2. The world is his absolute oyster right now. He gets to host SNL, and he did a great job at it. He broke down barriers for tight ends everywhere. I mean, Gronk never did that. You know, Gronk had his Ultra, Gronk Fest, whatever, what is it called?
Beach.
Gronk Beach. Kelsey Jam, totally different things, but same sort of people sort of helping organize it. Iconic stuff is happening with Travis Kelce and his brand. Kelsey Jam, he signed with CAA. I saw that, gotta love that. And that music festival that took over all of draft week, everybody was talking about it as we were there in Kansas City. He threw out the first pitch at a Cleveland Guardians game, and everybody loves him so much, nobody gave an F about how awful that throw was. Yeah. Terrible pitch, terrible job. Nobody cared because it's Travis Kelce, everybody loves him. He's like the only person to not get skewered for a bad pitch. He even spiked the Lombardi trophy, and thankfully it was a replica. I mean, other people get a lot of stuff for that, the pedigree, the whatever of it. He planned this out. He said, I'm gonna do this, let's go. He's also seen the New Heights podcast completely dominate. It's not even that it took off, or it's insane. Nobody was saying jabroni anymore. Was that a cool word? He brought it back into everyone's vocab and vernacular. It is so good to be Travis Kelce right now. So I'm trying to think of another like non-quarterback who's had this sort of a post-Super Bowl takeover. Do you have any? I can't think of a single one.
No.
Quarterbacks sometimes take over and do their thing, and they've got, they're on the Frosted Flakes or the Wheaties stuff. Like, he is on such a ride, and it's not over. I actually think it's just beginning, but the launch to superstardom, transcending everything, what's available to him. You walk into a Hollywood party, there's Travis Kelce. Like, it's pretty incredible to see, and it couldn't happen to a better guy. We love Travis Kelce. And damn, that podcast is like #1. It shot up past everybody. It's crazy. Okay, finally. The best offseason, oh my gosh, top 10 list. Time to reveal #1 on the list, and it's gotta be the Jets. Is that boring? It's the Jets, okay? There's only one thing you need to see on their offseason resume for me to make my case, and it's this smiley, dare I say adorable. Aaron Rodgers is adorable right now. Aaron freaking Rodgers to land this quarterback without having to mortgage the future is such a huge moment for this franchise. He's adorable right now, okay? I'm enjoying basking in the glow of this fan base's excitement. I also want to say this isn't the first time the Jets have won an offseason, though, right? That bar has been raised now. It's not about going into the playoffs. This move was a swing for the fences of a Lombardi trophy that maybe he'll spike on a stage somewhere with Taylor Swift. Is he gonna date Taylor Swift? I know she's dating that other guy that everyone thinks is problematic, but I feel like her and Aaron Rodgers would be the couple. Like, has he tried? Aren't you fascinated by this? He so outwardly loves Taylor Swift and her music. Like, have there been DM exchanges between the two? I would like to know. Anyway, that was a tangent. I love how passionate this fan base is, okay? Most Jets fans have never seen a Super Bowl in their lifetimes, okay? They haven't sniffed one. They had one in their backyard one year. That was a terrible game. What Super Bowl was in New York?
Oh, the
Broncos
Seahawks, yeah.
Boring game. Anything short of this isn't going to sit well. I mean, if they win and we manifest it and he delivers, that clip is one of the greatest clips, and that storyline is one of the greatest storylines and character arcs in the extraordinary history of the NFL. I'm getting verklempt about it. So there you have it. I mean, those are the teams that won the offseason. So let's take a look at a little recap action here. We did half yesterday, half today. What am I missing, guys? Hit me up on Twitter. Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers. Sorry, Kelsey. Poor Kelsey's like, I won a Super Bowl! I hosted SNL. Rodgers is playing confetti at MetLife. He hasn't even played one freaking game. But it's got to be, can you make the case for anybody else who might have missed? Was there an honorable mention?
I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo was having a good one until the most recent news. I was happy for him getting that job.
Not good.
Yeah.
Tom Brady could surpass Aaron if he owns the Raiders, takes Jimmy's lunch, and gets the starting role with Josh McDaniels. Yeah. That would be interesting.
And we found out yesterday it's only going to take 24 votes from the other owners.
Anybody outside the AFC West. The entire, I don't know how he does that. But if somebody could do it, it's definitely Tom Brady. I'm trying to think of the other Aaron Rodgers. Is that Taylor Swift thing crazy that I thought about that?
Yeah.
She sees that. It's like, for some reason, people attach him to she's seeing it happen. Like, are they friends? Are they friendly? Do they go backstage and meet Taylor?
I don't know.
I'm super curious how all of that goes. There's something going on with Aaron Rodgers in the Instagram post that we need to do a deep dive on. Have you noticed this?
No.
His Instagram posts are very like another great night in the big city. And I don't know if it's like just exuberance and excitement. It's not shade at Green Bay in any way, but it's like there's a lot, the captions are like, I don't know if somebody took it over for him or if he's just truly, genuinely that excited, and I'm very happy for him, and as I do think that that's true. But there's a lot of like, what kind of posts you got? Put them up. Let's see. Just the cap. It's all. Yeah. Incredible weekend at my new home. Special friends. Bunch of new. It's just so much. There's so much going on. Sweet fans I met. Hospitality from the tour both nights. He went both nights.
That's unbelievable.
Well, that's news. I don't know that. Yeah, he did #2 out of 3 nights.
Wow.
Go see this show. It's amazing. Oh, thanks, Aaron. I think everybody will get excited about it now. We needed you to tell us that.
She needed more promotion.
But all of the posts are like that. When he and Sauce Gardner went to that game with Jessica Alba, like he posted about it.
Yeah.
And it's because usually like he's not posting when he owns the Bucks. He owns part of the. He doesn't post.
That's true.
He doesn't post courtside stuff. Everyone posts courtside stuff for him. That he's doing it. I don't know if he's just feeding into the stardom.
Oh, it's interesting. I just want to see when he wins that Lombardi Trophy. I want to see Ruth Langmore on the stage with him and Goodell.
She should be. The fact I can never remember her last name, Ruth Langmore. Okay, we'll be back after this. Leonard Fournette is set to be joining our show. We're trying to connect him. We'll talk a little Nuggets. We do a little first basket action for these finals. We'll talk about it all after this, right here on the show. Hey, it's time for the NBA Finals, and you can finish your title run strong with FanDuel. Right now, all customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay for Game 1 when you bet the NBA Finals. That's right, guys. Place a 3+ leg same-game parlay on Game 1, and you'll get bonus bets back if you don't win. Of course, hope you win. But if you don't, there's a little insurance for you. There's no better place to bet all the finals action than America's #1 sportsbook. All right, Game 1, guys. We'll be back to talk about that. Are we doing that right now? Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's stay right here, guys. Game 1 of the NBA Finals kicks off tonight. It's the Heat traveling to Colorado to take on the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets currently 9-point favorites, says the old #1 sportsbook over at FanDuel. 9-point favorites. What do we make of that, Hammy?
I mean, it sounds about right. They've been so dominant all year long. They're taking on the Heat. Have had a great run, but they're still an 8 seed.
The Siberian sensation.
The Siberian.
And Djokovic, just has a bigger nose than Gronk. Otherwise, they're absolute twins. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, let's look at some more of this because the sports books are showing Denver the love as we see. There are some questions about the amount of love the media and fans have been giving them. So as I understand it, while I've been here in New York, our producers went out to investigate. So Eric and Marissa, let's take a look at what they were up to. I can't wait to see this.
Hey Kay, Eric here at the Venice Beach Boardwalk. The Nuggets are in the finals for the first time in 56 years. Their coach came out, said the Nuggets are getting no love from the media, not getting enough attention. So I figured we'd ask some real, true, diehard NBA fans if they know the starting 5 from the Denver Nuggets. Let's see what we can do.
No clue.
Couldn't tell you.
Say Rick.
KCP.
KCP?
That's right.
You're struggling.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
Boom.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
Oh, Aaron Gordon, easy.
Yes.
Oh, that's a chicken nugget.
All right.
It's a chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget.
That's chicken nugget. That is
McDonald's.
a chicken nugget. That's I've seen him before. No, I can't
His
tell you
dad
his
played
name.
in the league.
Michael. Michael what?
Agreed.
Oh, Michael's
Junior.
Pond.
You got the juniors. You got
Michael Porter.
Michael Porter Jr.
That's Michael Porter Jr. I know him.
That's Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr. The Black Hole.
MPJ.
MPJ.
There we go.
Steven.
Steven?
Garth.
Steven
Gray.
Garth?
Stephen Garth. Yeah.
Their coach, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't know much about him.
You don't know much, do you?
No, I don't.
What's his name? Mark Malone?
Close.
Mike Malone.
It's an Irish. Malone.
It's the coach.
What's
Mike
his name?
Malone, maybe?
Michael Malone.
He went off the last game.
And what's his name?
I went to Kentucky.
Good. You've named his school and
Yeah.
what he did. What's his name?
Oh, there's the man Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray, oh, Canada.
Oh, and
The Joker.
Jokic.
And Jokic.
Joker.
you know this guy.
Jokic, yeah.
Oh, he's the Joker.
Obviously.
Come on, it's the
He's
Joker.
What's his
Probably
first
not an
name?
MVP.
First name?
Probably not an MVP.
Nikola Jokic.
Nikola.
Yeah.
All right, you win some chicken McNuggets.
Oh, how old are these?
Loves nuggets.
You win chicken McNuggets.
Hell yeah.
This dude gets it.
You win some chicken nuggets.
Nice.
NBA expert.
Chicken McNuggets.
All right.
Huge fan.
Some chicken nuggets.
Nice. I'm
That
gonna
should
eat
help
these
the
as
hangover.
well. Oh yeah.
This dude's hungover.
Oh, man, these taste like championship nuggets.
Certified Nuggets fan.
Hold on, I need Eric and Marissa. Eric and Marissa, first of all, huge fan.
Huge
Loves
fan.
chicken nuggets.
This
You
dude's
guys went down
hungover.
to Venice. Marissa, did you guys have fun doing this, and what did you learn?
Oh, absolutely. We had so much fun going around trying to convince people to play this game with us. But we didn't hit the jackpot until we went to the Venice basketball courts, and it was Gen Z Nation out there. They were eating it up. They love being on camera. Eric was awesome.
Really?
Those VOs, pristine. I loved it.
Eric, your voiceover work, I didn't know.
Maybe I have a career after this, you know? I will say, though, like, the one person that they didn't know the most was the coach Mike Malone, and he's the one that came out and said they weren't getting enough love for the medium. So might be a little bit of a complex there. I don't know.
Feels like projecting.
Projecting a little bit.
Feels like a projection.
I love the young woman saying probably not an MVP. Like shade, Marissa.
Mark
Shade.
Jackson right there.
I
Her and
know.
Mark Jackson.
I was clapping for her behind the scenes. I was like, yes, Joel Embiid stan. Yes, Joel.
Did someone, when you showed the KCP picture, did I hear that right? Did someone just go, Rick?
Rick. Straight up Rick. He doesn't even look like a Rick. What does that mean? What does that mean?
The majority of the people we talked to were, you know, pretty high, I think. I don't know.
That's good.
It's
I
Venice.
think we
It's the
should do
Venice
it
boardwalk,
since I don't
you know?
know LA. This is a great intro to LA neighborhoods for me, where you guys should just go neighborhood by neighborhood through the finals. And now I know, like, that's where all the high Gen Xers, Gen Zers go. And this is like, you know, I would like a Brentwood mom
Oh, boy.
edition of this.
We're going to
do
the
that?
farmer's market. We're going to the farmer's market.
Yeah, let's do farm shop, pill popping, the whole thing. Okay.
Brentwood moms will talk about
Here's
lacrosse.
what-
Yeah.
This is off
Yeah,
the
we should get
rails.
you guys and Paul Rabel. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, because now I'm excited. I gotta say, I was not. The finals have sort of evaded me because like the Knicks are out. Everybody, you know, I'm here on the East Coast. Celtics knocked out. Wasn't that excited? Yeah. But now it's time because we are doing with FanDuel Sportsbook. It's time for First Basket. We love this. Our show loves this. If you guys haven't played, hang out with us. And let's first take a look at what the odds are.
Yeah, so Jokic is the favorite to be expected
Clearly.
at plus 390, yeah. And then Jimmy Butler, again, not a surprise that he's second on that list. Jamal Murray, we've had a lot of Jamal Murray picks over the course of this. He hasn't done it yet, but I have a good feeling about him for tonight.
Well, you know it's going to be Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. You just know.
Rick, you mean?
Yeah, it's going to be Rick or somebody that's just not on this list. That's what it usually is. But that's why it's so fun. And it's over in like a minute, so you have to watch like 3 minutes of the game, though the games never start on time.
Never.
Did you know this? Like,
Oh, you're at your Instagram Live. You're just waiting for the game to start.
What time is the game on? I'll be on Instagram Live, hopefully, watching this. And then it says this is when the tip-off is, and so I log on, and they just talk forever until there's no rhyme or reason. NFL would never.
And that's when things get dangerous for you, because then you just start talking and saying
Talking
wild
reckless,
stuff.
like
yeah.
pill popping moms in Brentwood. All right, let's start. Okay, this is a big deal. This is a big deal because I don't know that we've decided nobody's ever won. But
Except for Chandler Parsons.
yes, Chandler Parsons, who has it all because he lives in Cabo half the day, so it's fine.
Yeah.
What should the winner from our staff get? We did do a giveaway, so somebody got it, and somebody got a bunch of cool FanDuel stuff, and she was awesome and really grateful, which we loved. So you can play out there, and we'll, obviously include that on our online part of this when we get this stuff out there. But what should somebody on our show get if somebody from our staff happens to guess the right basket? I think it should be like a minute, a whole minute on air, not that not everybody could have this when they wanted it anyway, but a minute to just like own your space. You want to talk about this? You want to shout out your mom? You want to do whatever? Like you have a minute of Up and Adam's time.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
That's all I need is, and then I want Brian Barton to win because I just want Brian Barton to have to be on camera for an entire minute by himself, which would be incredible. But it is now time for the Up and Adams first basket predictions. Okay, game is tonight. Who you got, Hamilton?
I'm going Jamal Murray tonight. He's plus 600. He's the best shooter on the floor, best pure shooter on the floor. I'm going with Jamal.
Conrad, are you going next?
I can definitely go next. Give me Jamal Murray. I'm with Hammer,
Okay.
plus 600. This team goes as he goes.
You guys have to share a minute on screen then. You don't each get a minute. Okay, let's go. Marissa, who you got?
I'm going Himmy buckets, baby. I just feel it, riding the momentum. Give me Jimmy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Himmy too. Let's go Eric. Eric, who you got?
A high guy on the boardwalk told me this guy leads the Nuggets in unrestricted field goals. I'm going with Aaron Gordon, plus 1,400.
AG, Aaron Gordon. Who else we got? Who are we going to? Who's next? Who's that? What's going on? Ah! Sean! Who we
Jimmy
got?
Buckets, baby. Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets. All right, Sean says Jimmy Buckets. Who else?
Hi.
Matt, who you got?
I'm going to go off the board. I'm going to go Kyle Lowry if he starts.
Kyle Lowry.
If he doesn't start,
he's going to win.
If he doesn't start, let's go Caleb Martin. Dude's been on fire.
You can't pick two.
Nice
Okay,
mid-range.
what greedy. You can't pick two. I'm going to also say Himmy Buckets, although I don't like the nickname at all, but he's plus 500. Let's put up the odds again. Thanks, Matt. Let's put up the odds again. Plus 500. He's averaging 28.5 points a game during the playoff run. So I'm picking Himmy Buckets. Issachar, who you got?
He left.
Issachar bailed.
He left.
Wait, he's back. He's back. He's back.
He went
Who
to
was
get
your son's
more
pick?
free chocolate.
I
at
will
the
go with
airport.
Caleb Martin. He's been hot. Let's go Caleb Martin. This is a good value
Caleb
on him.
Martin. All right. These are our first basket picks. I love that he takes his glasses off, the whole thing. This is amazing. Who you got, guys? NBA Finals. We will do this each and every game of hopefully a fun 7-game series. It's quick. It's easy. Go have some fun over at FanDuel Sportsbook. And I will say, you don't have to be part of the sportsbook to play, at least on Twitter with us. We'll put something up and you guys can just tell us, and then we'll send you guys something cool, or at least one person out of some drawing that I don't know how happens. I don't know.
Randomly select.
Say it again? Oh, Jimmy Butler. Here it is.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Here it is, an Up and Adams quick bet. Game 1 of the finals, Miami up against Denver. I'm going to say Jimmy Butler scores the first basket. Get in on the action if you agree with me, or you can pick another first basket. Let's have some fun tonight. All
These
right?
are always so much fun.
Yeah, we'll be back right here on Up and Adams. Bye. I've never been on a dating app. Couldn't do it. I mean, I can't even download Amazon onto my app. We know I'm not good with technology, but I think it sounds fun. It sounds fun to hear about people's dating stories. And you were on the apps before you were locked down.
Yeah, it's fun from the
I didn't know
outside.
that was
From
true.
the
Is that
outside
true?
looking in. Yeah, it was. That's I met my wife on it.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Ah, okay, then you should be good at this.
Yeah.
We're trying to find homes. We're trying to find homes for guys like Carson Wentz, guys like Leonard Fournette. Between the Bengals and the Jets, we're trying to get him on the show. I don't know if he just found a home while he was supposed to be on today, and that's why he decided to stand us up. But hopefully we're getting him on at some point. But we like trying to find matches for some of these free agents that are out there, because sometimes it's just that one free agent that sort of tips your scale and gets you past where you thought you could even go as a team in any given season. So we did Carson Wentz, then we did Leonard Fournette. We have Marissa, who's the operator of our app called Yearning for Earnings, which is so cringy, which I love. Marissa,
You
who do we
love
got
the name.
today?
You love the name.
I do.
I've never been on a dating app either, but I'm glad I created this one because we have our third rendition today, and it's Marcus Peters, Yearning for Earnings.
go!
Let's take a look at his profile. He's 30 years old. He's 6 foot. He's from Oakland, California. He went to University of Washington, and he's a cornerback. Let's see what he had to say on his prompts. The first one. The green flags I look for: a team looking for a ball hawk, CB1, and a veteran presence in the locker room. He definitely brings that experience and that edge to a locker room wherever he goes. Next prompt. This year, I really want to prove to you that I'm as good as I once was and over my ACL injury. That's still nagging him, but he wants to prove he's got what it takes. Next prompt. One thing I'll never do again, get into toxic arguments with loved ones. Let's take a look at this video. Oh, the famous Harbaugh.
Yeah.
The yelling.
Yeah.
The
He's
dispute.
just passionate. He's a lover.
He is a lover. He's a passionate lover. Exactly. Let's take a look into his potential DMs. Let's go to the DM screen. Ravens, let's make things right. Purple heart emoji. Okay, I like the emotion. I like the sensitivity. Raiders, what happens in Vegas? Eye emoji. Okay, Raiders, calm down. Calm down over there. Patriots, Bill Belichick here. Am I doing this right? Bill, you gotta know how to use the app. You gotta know how to use the app. And Texans, young and hungry, let's eat. All right, some interesting choices here. Let's go to the Ravens. Let's see what they had to say. The Ravens say, look, I know we had our ups and downs. Our first walk around the block was a little bumpy, as we just saw. But this breakup doesn't have to last. I'm growing up. Just ask Lamar. Should we give it another shot? Come be my Edgar Allan Boo.
Was that Edgar Allan Poe? Are we joking?
That was a good pun.
Listen, Ravens.
You could have done Edgar Allan Bow, like.
Oh, like Bo.
Like a bow?
Edgar
Yeah.
Allan Bo.
I think
instead
it was
of Boo.
Yeah. But Kate,
I don't know that any Gen Z or DMer would know what that is. What do you got for me, Marissa?
The Ravens came in kind of hot. I liked that message. You know, some feelings in there. If they were to drop into your DMs, Marcus's DMs, do you think that he should respond?
First of all, here's my one question. Is it true that on dating apps, when it says that he's 6 feet tall, like you have, that really means he's less than 6 feet tall?
Yeah, minus 2 inches.
Is that like a rule?
Automatic.
Minus 2 inches. So
At
you should
least.
say 6'2" if you're 6 feet tall. That's what I hear the rules are. And that's what I'm saying. Okay, I would say this. I would say why mess with, though passionate sometimes and though some spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy. Everyone likes a little spice. Zest of life is certainly not boring when Marcus Peters is on the team. This was the number 3 defense in the league with him as a part of that, and he was a big part of that. So why mess with that? He's still one of the better playmakers at corner in the league. No one has more interceptions than Marcus Peters since he entered the league back in 2015. So I like it. Let's bring him back.
I know, he's still, you know, as you said, some of the drama that comes with him. We've seen these moments, and sometimes,
He's
it keeps it spicy.
He's entertaining.
They sound like they're open to having him back. I've heard that. So, yeah, I like it. But there might be something better out there, too.
Let's go to the Raiders.
Yeah, let's go to the Raiders message. They say, you know, I'm your first love. Let's not forget where you came from, Oakland, even though we don't live there anymore. The car has left the building. Jimmy G's behind the wheel, we think.
Wow.
Tom Brady's putting gas in the tank, we think. We've got some hotties in the house. Carrot to cornerback for the silver and black. Love their wordplay. Love their approach. Hamilton, what do you think about the Raiders' message?
So there is something special about Peters returning to the team he grew up rooting for, even though they're in a different city now. I'm sure he's going to want that Charles Woodson number 24. We'll see if he can pry it away from David Long.
This is all a little too Sweet Home Alabama to me. This is all a little too cute. It's a cute little Oakland-y storyline.
This is Hamilton's brand.
He went on to the big city. He left Oakland and went on, and now you're dragging Reese Witherspoon back into like lightning striking a bottle, all that BS. I don't know.
But they really have the need, too. They need him. You know, the Ravens... I think the Ravens will be fine. The Raiders really need him. Don't you want to be needed at this stage of your career? 28th ranked defense in the league.
Yeah.
The pass defense was a mess. I think he can really help make things a lot better there.
I mean, and who wouldn't want to play with Tom Brady next year?
Yeah, true.
Who wouldn't want? I feel like Gronk completely skated through that. Like, I know nothing. I'm sure it'll be a big story, though, Kay. That was his line. I'm sure everybody will be talking about it. Yes, Gronk, that's why we're asking you about it. What do you think?
If it's up to Gronk, maybe they'll go back to Oakland and Marcus Peters can play at home. So
yeah,
what a dream that would be.
It's hard. Listen, it's hard. Oakland Raiders, Vegas Raiders, it all makes sense. What about the whole Charles Woodson 24?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Raiders have a long history. They don't retire numbers. They tend to give numbers like to guys that are reminiscent of players from the past. So you know Marcus Peters, growing up a Raiders fan, you know Charles Woodson was his guy. David Long has it right now. If you were to go there, I'm sure you'd try to work out some type of a deal because...
I appreciate you making the case for the Raiders, but I think you do agree, you must agree, the Ravens are the better fit for him, a place he knows, a place he made a big impact,
What's
right?
our choice, guys?
I
Which
do
one are we
think that's
going
probably
with?
the best.
Ravens
I do think
or
the
Raiders?
Ravens is probably the best fit.
I think Ravens, and God, that Ravens team is looking...
They're looking spicy.
Great.
Yeah.
Going into this year. They're looking real good.
If
My
D-Hop
goodness.
goes there?
But yeah, Peters, Peters on any team is going to be combustible. It's just what it is. It's what it is. It doesn't matter who your coach is. It doesn't matter what's going on. Great movie. Have you seen Sweet Home Alabama?
I have not.
My God.
Come on, man.
The Tiffany store, and he says, pick out any ring in here. Okay,
That's my
go
dream.
ahead, Marissa.
That's my dream. But I want, you know, we put out the profile for Marcus. We got a little feedback from Marcus on his choices. Let's take a look and listen to what he said.
I think we ain't done yet. But you personally? I think we ain't done yet.
He ain't done yet. He's receiving these DMs and he is ready. He is ready for some action.
Is he a top 5 corner?
I don't think he's a top 5 corner right now, but he's still very good. And as you said, it's the playmaking with him, right? He's the type of, there aren't that many defenders that can completely turn a game around and break a game open. He still has that ability. He's a ball hawk, and that's what he's really been known for. So you bring him into that defense, you know, he can end up making some of those plays that win you games.
Yearnings for earnings. Can you imagine me on a dating app? Wouldn't that be so funny? That would be a good segment.
That would be a horrifying segment.
I should do it just for the laughs. All right. We will be back after this. We don't know what's next. We just never do. We never know what's next here on the program, but we'll see. We'll do a little tap. Anybody have tap dancing shoes? I think I need them. Okay, I gotta take this.
What is your message to those fans, the media, whoever it is that's constantly concocting a way for you to come back?
I'm certain I'm not playing again. So I've tried to make that clear, and I hate to continue to profess that because I've already told people that lots of times. But I'm looking forward to my broadcasting job at Fox next year. I'm looking forward to the opportunity ahead with the Raiders, and we're in the process of that, along with the other different things that I'm a part of professionally and in my personal life, just spending as much time with my kids as I can and seeing them grow up and support the different things that they have going on. And that's a very important job. And I take them all pretty seriously.
So that's Tom Brady to SI. And I literally Googled certain definition because he said, I'm certain I'm not playing again. And it's unquestionable, sure, definite, not unquestioned, determined, fixed.
Do we need Patrick Surtain back in here for that
No.
segment? No.
It's not that I don't believe, though it's strike, and I had not seen that previously. He can't get agitated at the question. That's my thing. I don't know how many times I have to say, well, I don't know, you retired and then you came back.
Exactly.
And then you did, that just sort of comes with the territory there, Tommy boy. But I can imagine it's got to be super annoying to be asked the same question over and over and over again.
Definitely.
But when you kind of flirt with it for so long and it's the same, you know, I don't know. I don't love that.
Yeah.
But he seems agitated about it.
He does seem agitated about it. And again, you're right. It has to be annoying, but at the same time, yeah, you can't unretire once and then expect everybody to take you, you know.
But also, I don't believe him.
I don't either. I think there's still a decent chance.
It must suck if he's in.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to, I don't know, there's not a decent chance. But there is a, what do they always say? Gronk and, they don't shut the, he's shutting the door clearly, but he did that before.
Yeah.
There's a way when, somebody keeps knocking and this is like media asking him. And then anywhere he is, if he's at F1, if he's at a movie premiere, if he's at dinner with whoever, he's getting asked about it by hey, Tommy, you coming back? And it's annoying. Gronk gets agitated and not agitated, but you can tell he's no, it's not happening. But it's who's asking him the question. Is it Belichick asking him the question? Is it, Josh McDaniels asking him the question? Is it Mr. Davis asking the questions? Who's asking him what's the perfect situation? Because you can say, like, I will never get a tattoo. And I've said, I will. But if something happened to me that I was moved in a way and it was the perfect situation and, like, whatever tattoo artist was like, let me just, if it all came together, like, you can't work in those absolutes, I feel like, with him, if he's feeling healthy, if Gronk himself tells our show he can play till he's 50, and Tom obviously looks like he's in great shape, and he's saying he's excited to go to Fox. What is this nebulous Fox job that he has? Like, what is he getting in there after an Emmy-nominated, Emmy-winning? Did Olsen win that Emmy?
I'm not sure.
It shows you how much the Emmys matter. He did. He won the. So and Greg did such a great. He's just going to go in there and bounce him out of that job. Like, what job is lucrative? What job sounds appealing to him in that world? So I respect a lot of what he's saying about his kids, and I think that definitely is his driving force.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. What was he? Was he promoting something on that SI? What was he? Obviously he was. What was he promoting? Brady brand?
I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to get this message out there too.
I wasn't asking you. I was asking the controller. Guys, find out what he was promoting in that Brady spot that I didn't see.
But also, he's seeing these OTAs go on. It's going to get to training camp. He hasn't. This is going to be his first year not playing football in how many years now? Since he was a little kid. So how is that going to sit with him when he's sitting back and watching this and thinking, I can still do this better than most of these freaking guys
It's all variable with what else is going on in his life.
Yeah.
And there's a real world where this is a wasting airtime, which is really what we're trying to do here. So that's just part of that. But, what is his life going well? Is he fulfilled? Is he happy with the other things that he's got his hands? And he's got his hands on a million different things. If it's not going that great, then maybe he gets the itch to come back, or he doesn't, and then who cares? It's just him being annoyed at the question is interesting to me, but it also shows me how much work he's probably done to putting it to bed.
Yeah.
Because you kind of want to be asked about it if you want to still be in it, right? When you're actually done, then you're like, no, we're not getting back together. We're divorced. It's not happening anymore, or whatever happens, right? So there's part of that too where it certainly seems final, but we'll see. We had Gronk on our show. We asked him about it. He gave a sort of a roundabout answer about him and potentially and with what's going on with the Vegas Raiders. Take a listen.
This is the craziest thing I'm hearing all month so far in the month of May, and I've heard some crazy things throughout the whole month of May. Of course, it has to do some, has the name Tom Brady attached to it. There's always going to be a storyline no matter what about him coming back because, like I said, I think he can play all the way till the age of 50 years old. Just from what I've seen, just being around him for so long. So it's always going to be a story, no doubt about that. But if Jimmy just does what he needs to do in the rehab process, he's going to pass that physical in the end, and then it's going to be no story at all, and he's going to be the quarterback of the Raiders. But if he doesn't heal up for some reason, which it happens, some people don't pass physicals, they don't come back as strong as they do from after a surgery, then that's going to be a story, that's going to be a headline, and that's going to put the Oakland Raiders in a difficult situation. So it's basically all on Jimmy Garoppolo on how he treats his rehab and how he comes back. And if he just does everything right and he passes that physical, then there's going to be no problem. He'll be out there, out on the field.
If he doesn't, would Tom can Tom not answer his phone? You're saying he can play till 50.
If he doesn't pass that physical, the speculation of Tom Brady coming back and playing for the Oakland Raiders is going to be on everyone's radar. There's no doubt about it. A radar across the whole world that he's going to be the quarterback of the Oakland Raiders. And I don't know if that's the plan at all. I don't know anything going on at all. I have no clue. I didn't even know he was buying into the Oakland Raiders until I saw it on the bottom line ticker of ESPN. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm out of all of that. But it's always going to be speculation because it's Tom Brady. There's no doubt. It's always going to be a story.
It comes with the greatness of being Tom Brady. It also comes with the, I think we're fascinated with what does it take someone to walk away, where you can tell and watch that it's clearly hard to walk away. Yeah. And then I'm thinking back to this clip. What I was trying to say is you can tell how much work Tom's done to leaving the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, that can't be easy. It's his entire identity. It's his passion. It's his joy. It's played its role into his personal relationships and all of that. Like, you can, I can't imagine psychologically, mentally, what that might take to end that chapter, to stay away from that. It's almost like a drug for him in a weird way. And so then it's, it sort of makes sense.
Yeah, and I think back to what Chris Carter told us during the season. Remember the conversation that he said he had with Tom Brady's father before that Super Bowl in Tampa? And basically, Brady's father told him, I'm worried he's never going to know how to walk away.
Yeah, it's like an addiction to him. So how, and the fascinating, we're addicted to how it's going to end for him, right? And now it's like is it over? Is it over? Well, when you have season after season after season of up and down and this beautiful story, like, we're obsessed with it. Maybe we aren't ready for it to be over. Yeah. Maybe he is letting it go. I'm sure with help. Yeah. And we haven't sort of let it go. But the stories play into themselves with the Vegas stuff. I mean, it's crazy.
It does.
That said, really quick, what Gronk was saying about Garoppolo, and like, hopefully he'll be fine. This should be a non-story. But sometimes he goes, man, like, sometimes it's just like you're not healthy enough. Sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah. And then you're looking at this list of free agents. I mean, Teddy, Matt Ryan, Foles, Flacco, Chase Daniel, Sean Mannion, Bryce Perkins, Jacob Eason. What do the Raiders do?
That's a great question. Hopefully Aiden O'Connell looks really good in camp, the quarterback they drafted out of Purdue. But yeah, I mean, that's really the concern, because I think if Jimmy, even if the foot is still bothering him a little bit and he needs more time, it's hard for me to imagine them cutting him, given all the ties that he has to all the people that brought him in there, Yeah. So I think it's going to take something like that, where it's like, this foot is such a problem that he can't play football either for a really long time or maybe ever again. I think it's going to be it would take that extreme of a scenario for them to move on to Jimmy.
Will you tell me more about this quarterback they drafted? Because there's no chance there's no chance. Oh, boy.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I know a lot of people are really high on him. He had a tremendous career at Purdue. Remember Charlie Jones, the receiver that we profiled out of there that got drafted by the Bengals? That was his guy. They grew up together outside of Chicago and reunited at Purdue and had a really successful time there. So we'll see. I mean, it's not great. None of this is really great news if you're a Raiders fan right now.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
We're going to take a quick break here. We will be back, of course, Up and Adam's last show from New York with me and the Hammertron. Okay, Up and Adams, NBA Finals, Game 1, first basket bet. It's our favorite thing on the show. Everybody picked. Who do you think hits the first basket? It's quick, it's easy. Joker is the favorite. I'm going to not get too cute. I'm going to say it's Himmy Buckets. That's right. He's at plus 500. He's averaging 28.5 points a game during the playoffs. It's just been a year of Himmy. So if you agree with me, go on over to FanDuel Sportsbook, have some fun. Maybe I'll hop on Instagram Live. Who knows where I'll be or how I'll feel.